Welcome to this unit on control and benefit sharing. By the end of this unit, you will be able to outline issues of data control and data sharing. Questions for big data and AI for health. Big data is a large and complex data set with data collected from a variety of sources. This can include sensitive data, such as health data. Big data itself is not personal data. However, privacy and human rights concerns are raised when big data can be AI converted to personal identifiable information, i.e., data that can be used to identify a natural person. The application of big data and AI for health raises questions about how to assess and govern data control, IP and privacy rights that might affect the use and control of medical data and AI-driven technologies. A wider question is whether health big data can or should be controlled exclusively by individuals through an appropriate form of governance, or by entities that may aggregate the data. A separate question is whether products created solely by a machine can be owned. If so, whether ownership rights are conferred on the machine or on the entity that created or controls the machine. There is also the question of assigning appropriate value to the public's contribution to the development of AI technologies, such as investment in the development of algorithms and the provision of data by individuals, health systems, and health data hubs accessed by private actors. If AI technologies are increasingly protected by exclusive IP rights, there is a wider question of whether they will be available, appropriate, and affordable in low and middle-income countries. Control over and benefit sharing of big data. The central role of big data for AI has led to labeling of data as the new oil, a valuable commodity over which there will be increased commercial conflict for its control, use, and access. However, such labeling has been criticized as unhelpful and conceptually inaccurate. Another perspective focuses on the use of big data in the development and deployment of AI-based applications that is important, rather than the commercial value. In this view, data are the oxygen, an indispensable resource for the public infrastructure required for AI and data science to serve the public and private sectors. Whether data should be considered oil or oxygen, or neither, depends partly on whether exclusive rights can or should be associated with data, who should have such exclusive rights, and to what extent they should impede others from access to and the use of data for public or private uses. Several types of IP rights may apply to data and AI, including protection of trade secrets, copyrights, database rights, regulatory exclusivity, and in rare circumstances, patent rights. There is a conflict between sharing data and the commercial prerogatives that are protected by IP rights. Conferring IP rights to health big data could discourage open sharing of the data, which is necessary to advance scientific progress and the development of AI for healthcare and medicine. Public or private owners of health big data might not grant third parties the right to use the data to develop novel AI technologies, thereby undermining open innovation and giving commercial entities the power to exclude competitors or engage in rent-seeking. Questions should arise about who is allowed access to data, the rationale for inclusion or exclusion, the conditions under which the data will be accessible, including whether fees must be paid, especially for third parties that wish to use the data for non-commercial purposes. A lack of IP rights to health big data could discourage some commercial investments. An additional concern is whether sharing of health data by low and middle-income countries will include sharing benefits if the data are used for commercial applications of AI. If benefits are not shared, it may be either because there are no legal frameworks that mandate benefit sharing of the uses of big data, or because the entities that negotiate benefit sharing on behalf of low and middle-income countries may have to negotiate from a weaker position. IP rights could be adjusted case by case to encourage open innovation investment, or benefit sharing. However, widespread use and application of health data may be limited by conflicting considerations for data control, such as an individual's right to privacy and control, society's interest in scientific progress and the development of AI-guided technologies, commercial interest in exploiting such data for profitable activities, the interest of data contributors, communities, health systems, governments, in sharing the benefits generated by third parties. It has been recommended that a new legal framework should be established based on custodianship. Custodianship, or responsible oversight with ethical values, can ensure access to data, promote fair data sharing, preserve privacy. With custodianship, those who provide data maintain limited control, and certain decisions are delegated to data custodians with custodial rights and not control or IP rights over big data. Custodial rights can include protecting the privacy of those who contribute data, disseminating research findings, ensuring freedom of scientific inquiry, providing attribution to those who invest in creating databases, and agreeing on terms of use and access. Ownership of AI-based products, services, and methods. Products and services created with AI and big data could be patented or subject to other IP rights. These include algorithmic models that can be used in drug discovery and development, the end products of AI, such as new medicines, medical devices, or diagnostic methods. An overlying concern in patenting of AI-generated inventions is that IP rights could exclude affordable access to the products or services, that patent holders could seek to recuperate investments and earn outsized profits. As AI-based products, services, and methods depend on publicly generated health data and public sector investments, the question arises of whether the public investment will be rewarded, for example, by ensuring affordable access to the product. It is also difficult to assess ownership of AI if it is the result of a public-private partnership, where a government helped fund it without maintaining ownership. Ensuring a role for government in both the development of new AI technologies, for example, by way of public procurement of AI services and the ownership of the outcomes, would be fairer for the governments and citizens that contribute resources and data to collaboration with the private sector. Another concern is that issuing time-limited patent monopolies may encourage innovation, but discourage the companies that own AI technologies from considering the needs of people living in poverty when developing or adapting such products for health. The use of incentives outside the patent system, such as those that separate the cost of research and development from the expectation of high prices, could encourage companies to invest in AI or to adapt new products to meet global public health needs. Several legal issues will affect the patenting of AI technologies. One is whether AI-guided machines that develop new products or services can be considered inventors. This would lead to questions about defining the threshold for meeting the criteria for patenting an invention. 2. If a few companies own these machines, the benefits of the inventions will accrue to those companies, which will wield significant power through exclusive rights. In January 2020, the European Patent Office ruled that machines cannot be listed as inventors under current patent laws, and the US Patent and Trademark Office has issued a similar decision. Another legal issue is whether diagnostic methods and algorithms can be patented. While in the USA, securing patent protection for diagnostic methods and mathematical models is highly restricted, the EU has provided several grounds for the issuance of patents. While patent monopolies could encourage the development of new technologies with greater medical benefits, patenting of such methods and services could limit their diffusion, access, and benefit sharing with the populations that contributed the data used to train or validate the technology. You have now completed Unit 4 of Module 7, Elements of a Framework for Governance of AI for Health. In the next unit, we will look at governance of the private sector